Okay, welcome all to the Lightning Aura component class 1. How excited you are to learn Lightning? How many of you have previous knowledge on Lightning?
I don't have any prior knowledge in Lightning.
Zero knowledge.
Okay, we will
Can
learn
you
that.
tell me we are using lightning and what is the use of lightning? Can you start there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we will talk about it.
Okay.
So, anybody have knowledge on Soumya, Madan, Jay? Do you have?
No.
No, Subran.
No.
Okay. Okay. Before that, do you have any questions on any of the previous session or any quick question that you want to discuss?
No, I tried and I was able to do it through Postman, so no question.
Okay. Okay. With this, we will. Yes, Soumya, you were saying something?
No.
Okay. Okay. So we will move to the Lightning Aura component. So, what is Lightning? Before we start creating Lightning or any of the components, what is Lightning? So we have an option to switch to Lightning, switch to Classic, right? Here. So the first thing what you notice, the difference between the Classic and the Lightning. So this is my Classic UI, right? If I switch back to Lightning, what is the difference that you are seeing?
Interface.
Hmm.
Interface is difference.
So enriched look and feel, right? Lightning.
Yes.
So if you open any record here in Lightning and if you open it in the Classic, do you see any difference here?
This is classic, right?
No, this is Lightning.
Oh, this is like, okay.
Yeah. So in the Lightning, what you will do, consider this is your page. Okay, this is your Classic page, record page. Okay. If you go to open any account, see here. So this is your record page, what you are seeing. So account details you will be seeing here under the related details. So how you will be editing this page? So you have an option to edit the layout. You can remove field, you can add field, you can create sections, you can remove a related list, and you can add your related list, right? So this is like a single page. Within this single page, if you want to add anything, you will be editing the layout. But in the Lightning, if you see, if you see here, these are the tabs. So these tabs, you can create it. Okay, so if you ask me how, see here, we have an edit page option here. If you edit page, if you click on edit page, it will open the Lightning App Builder. So in the Lightning App Builder, you have an option to drag and drop the things. So these are the standard components which is available And if you have created any Lightning component, that will be available here in the custom. So you can easily drag and drop to the page, and all the features which is there in this specific component will be available in the account. So if you see, these are like the containers, like, so this is the Lightning app builder page. Inside this, you have all the details in containers, different components. So different individual components. But if it is a classic, it's just one page with all the details is embedded on the same screen. But these are the different screens. If you want to remove this, yes, you can do it. If you want to remove this, you can remove it. If you want to add anything, you can add. You can customize the screen also. See here, if you want to add any filters, so I want to uh, display this component meeting this criteria, any of the criteria if you want to meet. So if the account name starts with this or account type is this, then only I want to show this component. Yes, you can do. Like in this, this is for the device. If the device is desktop or mobile, if it is mobile, I don't want to show display this component. You can add filter like that. So there are a number of filters you can add, and you can show and hide the components, and you can also create the tabs. See here. So if you want to add a new tab, yes, you can add it. See here, we have another tab, details. If you want to customize the name, click on custom and you can name it test demo. See test demo, I have another tab. So inside this, if you want to add any components, these are the some standard components which is available. In the standard components, see here, this is record detail page. If you want to add a detail page, you can add it. So the actually in the detail, so this is a record detail page. See here, record detail. So if you want to add a related list single, so let's say you in the related list you have many, in the for the account there are many related lists, right? If you want to add any single related list, you can add this and you can select the related list name. So these are the available related list. I can select either one if I want to add. So or else you can add a whole related list. If you want, you can add it. So like this, there are many standard features which is available here. You can use that, and everything is interdependent, like divided like this. The components are divided like this. So like this is an activity. You can create a tab, and this is like a highlight panel. So if you want to, this is like a 3 section, right? This page is like having 3 section. So if you want to change that, change. So how many section you want? So header and 1 region, header and 2 region if you want, or 3 region if you want. So based on that, based on your requirement, based on the user expectation, you can create your page with different sections if you want. So these are the many feasibilities which is available in the Lightning, and most valid reason why they have moved to Lightning is something like if you use the Visualforce page and all the Salesforce Classic, it will go and hit the server every time. So all the logics, whatever you are writing in the Apache class server side. So whenever any action is example, yeah, okay, in the Visualforce page, how you will be calling the action. So if you click on any button, if you want to call an action, you will be calling the Apache class, right? So that Apache class is nothing but a server side. So that's every time the Visualforce page is loading, or in the Salesforce Classic any record page is loading, it will go and hit the server. So all the network traffic will happen there in this transaction when you use the Classic. When they move to Lightning, so at that time, browser has also some capabilities. So if you see, browser keeps on updating. So if you use to go and check the Chrome browser version, it will keeps on updating like that. Every browser will have their own capabilities. It will keep on updating the features. So now Lightning has many features which can be handled at the browser level, which they don't want to impose on the server side. So in this way, they can reduce the traffic which is happening on the server side. So in this way, the system can be little fast. Then another release is the Lightning Web Component. The Lightning Web Component, the main reason is, so when they are releasing the Lightning, so they don't have most updated browser versions. So that ECMAScript, and there are many features which is recently the browser has updated. So that features has been updated in the Lightning web component. So most of the features which is able to handle at the Lightning, the browser level, is handled at the browser, and what needs to be handled at the server side, that is being divided. So most of the features will be handled at the browser level, so that the network traffic at the server can be reduced and the application will be very fast.
So if you're querying on a data,
Yes. Yeah.
it
Again.
has to.
Yes.
What is it?
That will go to the system. Yeah.
Okay.
The data things will go to the system. But
Oh,
most
only
of the
the displays you're talking.
yeah. So where the script is writing, where you are holding the script, right? So the UI part, or else you are writing it in the server side. So that will, going forward, you will get to know that things.
Okay.
Yeah. So theoretically, if you want to understand, this is the reason. Okay. So browser is keep on updating, you know that reason, right? So when they launch the Chrome browser first time, they don't have all the features, but
Yeah.
currently they keep on updating, all the features being updated there. So we are making use of that thing, and we are reducing our network traffic, and we are running our application, most of the thing on the browser, so that our application will be faster. Okay. So this is what the theoretically. So let's talk about the prerequisite. So if you want to create a Lightning component, you need to enable my domain in the org. So how to enable my domain? You need to go to setup. Type domain. So my domain. So why we need my domain? So you can showcase your company brand. So if you are using for LIC, you can have the domain name set as LIC, so that your URL looks like that. So if you go to HDFC Bank, it's you will be typing HDFC Bank, right? HDFC net banking. So it will take you to the, see here, what is the netbanking.hdfc. So this is company name, right? If you are if you open your developer edition, it will be something like the how it is. Can anyone tell me how your URL looks like? Hello.
That is the customized URL, Subramania.
No. If you open your developer edition, login.salesforce.com, you will be entering your username and password, right? When you
Yes,
enter,
yes,
when you click on sign in, how your URL looks like?
Salesforce.com.
AP21, like that. That is,
AP20. Yeah. So that is a server name dot something like lightning.salesforce.com, or like
yes, yes,
it looks like that, right? But if you
yes, yes,
see, it looks like my name, right? My name
yes,
dot dev ed salesforce.com. So it's I just gave my name, but if I purchased my Salesforce org for any organization, what I will do, I will not give my name, I will give my organization name, so that the URL can showcase my company brand. If it is a net banking, for HDFC, then the URL What URL I will give? HDFC Bank, so that my URLs can showcase my company name, right? So you can customize your URL, and it will it's more secure. So if you enable the custom domain, so it will be the data, all the things will be more secure. So that's why you can enable your domain, my domain, before creating any Lightning components. So how you
Subramani,
can
when you log inside say to TCS, how you log in? Like, you know what I'm asking? Yeah.
no could you repeat?
When you log in inside your company
Mhm.
Salesforce account,
Mhm.
will it be a different HTTP address or the same thing
No,
than it
though
for?
if you no, not like that. Though if you enable the custom URL, I mean the
Mhm,
custom domain name, you can
mhm.
go ahead and type with login dot only. So login.salesforce.com.
Oh, okay. Oh, that will traffic you over. Okay, that's what I
Yeah.
was.
So you can enter your username and password, but the
Okay.
URL will be different.
Mm.
That
Yeah.
the
Okay.
domain name.
Okay. That's what my question was. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So here you can create your domain name. So I have already created my domain name here, or else you can click on new button here and you can enter your domain name and you can validate. So if the domain name is available, you can take it. Okay. So if you see, it is grayed out. I cannot change the domain name once I have created it. So make sure you are giving the right name. So before enabling it, you won't have an option to uh, edit the domain name once you have created. So here you have an option, prevent login from salesforce.com. If you clicked, you will not be able to log in using the login.salesforce.com URL.
Oh, okay. That's what my question was. Okay.
Yeah. So I haven't enabled that.
Oh, okay. So once you enable, then you cannot just go inside login.salesforce. You
Yes.
have to use that particular name, that domain
Yes.
name.
Yes.
Oh.
And this is also a prerequisite for the single sign-on. So if you want to, let's say, if you are working for a client, you will have some employee ID and some unique
Mm,
code. So based on that, they can set up the single sign-on.
mm.
So if you just type the URL,
Yeah, it will
you will
sign you
be
up.
logged in directly. So for that, the custom URL, this domain is a prerequisite one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So enable the my domain as a prerequisite for creating Lightning component. Both are under Lightning Web Component. Okay. So any questions on this part, how to enable it? So it's just a self-explanatory one. I have already enabled it. If you come first time, you will be having an option to enter your domain name. You can validate. If it is available, you can take it. So it will take few minutes and then you will get notified. Okay, so if you understood, we can start creating a simple Lightning component. So how you will be creating Lightning component? You will be going to the Lightning, developer console. So click on new and you will have an option called Lightning component here. So click on Lightning component, give any name. So this is the name and the description. So I can give the component name and the description. If you want to give anything, you can give the description. And so these are the interfaces. So if you want to, let's say if I can click on all the interfaces. So I have created now. So if you see the description, what description you have given, so that you will be able to see here. So when you open the component, you will be able to see it in this description, and this is the component name. And if you see your component bundle has been created here, right, with 8 packages. So this component bundle have 8 packages. One is component, controller, helper, style, documentation, renter, design, SVG. So you can ignore of 5, 6, 7, 8. So you will not be using 5, 6, 7, 8. But what you need to understand is component, controller, helper, and styles. Okay. So we will talk about all these things in the upcoming class, but we will be interested only in the first 4 part: component, controller, helper, and styles. So these are irrelevant. So we will talk more about it in the upcoming session. Okay. So if you see, when you created the lightning component, you have selected few interfaces, right? What are the few interfaces which is available? You have selected it. Since you have selected the interface, it implements all the interface which you have selected here. See here, app hostable, Fluxy available for all the pages, record homepage, record ID available for all page, lightning quick action, and the access is global, means this component is available for all the places. You know the access modifier, global, private, public, right? So same, the access modifier defines also here. This is global, so this component will be available everywhere. Okay. So we will talk about this implementation, what is the significance. So for now, let's create one simple text. So if you see the lightning component, it starts with Aura component and ends with Aura component. So if you create a HTML page, how it looks like, it starts with the HTML and ends with the HTML tag, right? So same here, this is the lightning Aura component. So the Salesforce has their own components and their own libraries. So like that, they have the Aura component. So when you create lightning component, the component structure will be starting within this lightning Aura and lightning Aura components. So we will see what are the lightning available. There are predefined the lightning components are available. You don't need to use the HTML tag, but still you can use the HTML tag inside this component. Okay, so if you like div tag, this is first lightning component. So you can use your HTML components also, like H1 or all the HTML tags are also can be used here inside this Aura component, this component page. So this is my lightning page. So if you see, we have created a lightning page. So how we can preview this? So if it is a Visualforce page, how you have an option to preview it, right? So now you have built the light component, but how you will be previewing it? So for that you have an option called lightning application. So what you can do, you can create the lightning application. So I'm just giving the name as development batch app. This is the demo application for So this is lightning out is to you got that one option, right? Lightning output. So if you click on that, you can launch your application outside the Salesforce. You can launch it in the Heroku or somewhere you can launch it, or else you can use the lightning application inside the Visualforce page. So at that time you need to click on the lightning out. Okay, so for now I have created that lightning application. If you see, I have 7 uh, component bundles. So the application has 7 component bundles, and I have an option to preview also. So here also you can use the HTML tag and all, and you can also call the lightning components. See, I'm creating another tag, div tags. This is my application. Okay, so here what I'm calling my lightning component. So how to call? So the namespace is C and the component name. So the component name is development batch. So now I have the lightning component which is having some text here, and I have the lightning application. In the application I am launching my lightning component. So like this you can have a number of lightning components which you can launch it here in the application. Okay, so for now let's click on preview. See here we have our this is lightning this text which is there in the lightning component, I mean application, and this is available in the lightning application. So we will be able to see the text whatever we have implemented here in the application under the component. So like this you can also implement the same component or different components a number of times like this. If you see, like we have the component, this component we have called it 4 times, 4 or 5 times. That's why we have all the input here. Okay, so now we know how to create the lightning component and how to launch the lightning component in creating the lightning application, right? So in the inside the lightning application, how to call your lightning component, that you know. Now let's talk about one thing before we start. So here this is something like a static text, right? So this is my lightning component, a header one, I'm passing it as a static text, right? So if we want to dynamically pass this value, so I don't, so see here, I have implemented 5 times the same component, but every time I want to dynamically pass the value and to print it. So here I have, this is my lightning component and header one. So I don't want to print all these same value here. So when I call second time, I want different value. Third time I want different value. So like that, I want different values to be passed. So how you can do it? So for that, you need to make use of the lightning attributes. Aura attributes. You have an option, Aura attributes. Okay. So don't remember this. We can check it here in the document. Aura. So this Aura attributes is nothing but when you are creating the class or when you creating the object, what you will do, you need to create the fields. So why do you need fields? To store values, right? Dynamic values from the user, you will be having fields. So the fields will have the data types same like this. So in the lightning component, So this is the component, and this is an attribute which have the name and a type. So you can, if you want to dynamically pass something, or if you want to hold something, some value on the any variable, you will be creating an attribute. So this is like a variable. So the class variable or the fields in the object. So whatever is comfortable, you can call with that. So this is an R attribute. So in this R attribute, what are the supported types, data types? So see here, what are the things you can give? Access you can give as public, global, private. The name you can give it. Okay, so the type, the data type which you need to give. So this name is required and a type is required. And a default, if you want to pass any default value, you can pass. So the required, whether this attribute is required or not, you can define it. And the description, why you have created this variable, I mean this attribute. So you can describe that. So this is an aura attribute, and this have all these parameters. So let's create the aura attribute with so this is the sample aura attribute. So what I will do, I just copy from here. Name is from application. Okay, the type is string, default value, this is defined at okay. And what else we have? Description. So the description is to understand if any other developer open your application, so open your component, they should know why you have created the attribute. To pass value from application, dynamic value from application. Okay, so what is the type? Type is string. Okay, so you have created the attribute. So how you will use this attribute inside the application? So inside this application means which you want to print it here in the UI. So how you will print it? So I just remove this. I use this open close braces exclamatory v dot, what is the name? Dynamic app. So v means value or view, the value provider. So whatever you can call, v is view or value provider. Okay, so v dot the name of the attribute. Now let's see first if it is, see this is defined at component level. We are able to get the value right now. So we are able to, so we were statically, we have written some text here. Now what we have done, we have created an attribute and we have passed the value from the attribute. Now their default values, this is defined at component level. So that's why the default value is available here. Now let's see how to pass this value dynamically. Okay, so you have this attribute name. So from where you are calling this component, you are calling the component from here. So how you can pass the value also. So you have an attribute at the component level, you are calling that attribute at the application and you are passing the value. Okay, so the first component, let it have the default value. Okay, the second component, you can pass this value. This is second component. So now you are passing value dynamically from the Lightning application. So from the application, you are dynamically passing the value to this component. Let's see. See here. So this is defined at component level. This is the default value. And this is the second component, third or fourth or fifth. This is dynamically, we are passing it from the application level. Okay. So if you want to dynamically pass this value also, what you will do? You will be creating an attribute and you can pass it from the application, or else from here only you can pass the value if you want. So like this attribute is useful for when you want to dynamically populate some values inside this component. I mean this Lightning component, you will be using the attribute. It's not just with the application, from application you are passing. So from here also this is static value. But what we understood, so how to populate the value dynamically here. Okay, so this value may be coming from the database also, right? So this dynamic value, this name, right? This string name. So this we can take it from the database. For each record that this value might be different. Can let it be the account name. So that will be different. So we can dynamically take it from database using the attribute. We can set the values. Okay. So this is how dynamically you can pass the values and using the attribute. So attribute have many different types. So the data types, what is available can be okay. See what are the basic types available for the attribute. You can read it here: boolean, date, date time, decimal, double integer, long string. So how you will be declaring this, you can see it here also. Okay. So do you understand what is variable? Sorry, what is attribute? Hello, are we still connected? Hello.
Yeah, connecting. Subran.
Okay. Do you understand still now? So how we have created Lightning component application? So why do we need attribute? How we need to pass the value dynamically? So do you
Yes,
understand?
yes, Subran.
Okay. Okay. So now we will talk about interfaces. So what is interface? Okay. So in the Lightning component, just an intro class, we will create a form, or how to create a form, how to create record from the Lightning component, from how to save it in database, from database how to retrieve the data. We will talk more about it. So the controller helper style, so we will talk. Okay, so just for example, we started with this simple example. Okay, so what are interfaces? So these are the interfaces. So each interface, when you create, see, the first one, Lightning tab. So if you click on Lightning tab, it will create an interface, Force app hostable. So if you click on Lightning page, it will create available for all pages. Record page means it will create record home. If you create a community, it will create this interface. For quick action, it will create this. So what is the use of these interfaces? So this interface defines where you are using your Lightning component. So where you will be using your Lightning component. Okay, so that will be decided based on the interfaces which you are implementing on the application. Okay, so I have, for this component, I have implemented all the interfaces. Okay, so if you want to see what are the available interfaces, what you can do, hello. Please let me know if you can hear me. I'm getting some
Yes,
notifications.
yes, we can hear
Yes,
you.
yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay. So lightning component library. Okay, you can go to lightning component library. So click on this developer.salesforce.com. So it will open the lightning libraries. Okay, see here, you have all the things here. You don't need to, memorize anything. You don't want to, write it on your own. So whenever you get any requirement, you can come to this lightning library and you can see so what matches your requirement or how your UI should look like. So based on that, you can just copy paste from here. So all the components are available here. See, if you want to create a button, so like this or like this or like this, if you want to create anything, what you can do, you can come to here and you can click on the lightning button. See, so there are n number of variables. See, so make sure in the right hand side top, that the lightning has two different versions. One is lightning aura component, one is web component. So they recently they have launched the lightning web component. So all these details will also be available here. So if you're looking at the lightning aura components, make sure, so this is selected as lightning aura component. Okay, so now this is lightning aura. If you want to view in the lightning web component, you can click on this and the component will be changed into as per the lightning web components. Okay, so this is just a lightning button, neutral, right? So what is that? This is neutral button. If I want this button on my UI, what I will do, I just copy from here and I will put it here in this component. Okay, so I don't have any functions now. I haven't created. So for now, I just remove this. Let's see. See, I'm able to see the button, right? As simple as that. If you want any components from here, you can just copy paste. So like that, there are many components. Accordion. So the basic accordion. What is the basic accordion means? You can collapse this section, expand and collapse this section. If you want, what you can do, you can just copy from here, and they have the default text here. If you want to give your content, and if you want to enable the accordion, I mean lightning accordion, you can just copy paste and replace with your own text. So all the features are available here. You are not going to discover something and build it. So all the features, whatever is available, you can find it from the lightning component. So more than 150 components are available here. So you can use it from here. Okay. So
They must have it in the controllers as well, right?
yes, we have controllers. We will discuss about it in the next class. I don't want to confuse everything today.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
Subramanian, can you use also button tag also in Lightning app?
So what is that button tag?
Yes. HTML is button tag, no? That you can use in Lightning app.
Yeah. You can use all the HTML tags inside the Aura components. Yeah, you can use it. Sorry. See, so these are your interfaces. Under interfaces, you have many interfaces. So each interfaces have their own unique features. So if you want to read about it, you can click on this. So see here, action override. What is the use of action override? Enables a component to be used as override for standard actions. You can override view, edit, so tab and standard action on most of the standard and custom components. So what does it mean? So if you implement this interface, you can use the component to override the standard buttons. Okay, so now we haven't enabled this interface. So let's see. So first of all, what do you understand what is interfaces? So this interface defines where you are going to use your lightning component. Are you going to create the lightning tab? So what is tab? So what are tabs?
Like details, edit, related, and these are
So
also
these are the tabs, right?
right.
These are, yeah. So if you want to create a tab, lightning tab, what you need to do, you need to enable this interface. Okay. So if you want to use your lightning component into all the pages, what you need to do, you need to enable this tag. So like that, each tag has, each interfaces has their own unique functionalities. You can read it here in this section. Okay, interface section, please read it. Okay. Now, so component bundle, we will come back. So where you can use your lightning component, that is based on the interfaces that you are implementing on the component. So these two are interlinked. So based on the interfaces on the component, this component will be available on the specific areas. So if you want to create your tabs, you need to enable the related interfaces. Okay. So at high level, where you can use your lightning components, you can create the lightning application, a brand new application like this sales, right? So like that, you can create your lightning application, and you can also create the lightning tab, and you can
Mhm.
have your lightning application inside the tab as a tab like this. These are the objects, right? So like that, you can have your tab. Inside the tab, you can have your lightning application. So, and you can override the standard buttons or inside the home tab. See, this is the home. Okay. So I want to drag and drop one lightning component here. Okay. Let's say if I'm able to see our component here. So you can click on edit page directly. Let's say I have a few custom component. What is the component? Development batch is my component, right? If I want to just to show it on the the home page, I just drag and drop. See, I'm able to see this, right? If you click on save, go back. See, I'm able to see our component here in this home page, right? So the reason I have implemented the interface lightning available for all the pages and the home page. Yeah, lightning available for all pages I have implemented. So for this lightning available for record home, what does it mean? If you go and open any record, let's say if I open the account inside this, so this we call it as the record page. Okay, there are three type of pages which you need to remember. So this is record page. What is record page? If you go to any specific record, be
Detail
account
page.
record, yeah, so that yeah, could be. So
No, I'm
inside this,
saying if you look at the record details, okay.
yeah,
Go
this
ahead.
is detail, but yeah, you can call it like a detail also. So if you, this is the test record. So if you want to see the detail, you will click on this. So it will take you to the detail page. But in this we call it as a lightning app builder page. Okay, lightning app builder record page. But if it is a classic, that's something like a detail page. Only you will have detail of the record and you can have the related records list. But this is the lightning page. In this lightning page, this we call it as the record page. Okay. So inside this, if you want to add it, you can click on edit. You can same like you can add the component. Okay. So you will be seeing your component
Batch.
developments batch. You can add it.
Batch.
Okay. So I'm not interested in adding it. So you can add it. So now you may be having a question. So how this page is been created? So this is a record page. I'm directly going and clicking on edit. The how this page is been first of all created and how it will be assigned. So all the pages are assigned based on the profiles, right? So in the
Yeah.
lightning, the classic also, if you create a, lightning, the account record page, you can create different layouts and you can assign to the different profiles. So like that, you can also create lightning app pages. So lightning, you can come to setup and type lightning app builder. Okay. So now you have an option to create the pages.
Yeah, home page, app page, whatever we want to call it.
Yeah. So you will be selecting this home page. If you want to create an app page, what is app page? So this is
Contains
called
of
an app
tab,
page.
yeah.
So this is an app page. If you want to create new app like this, okay. So you can create app page. What is home page?
The home tab on the
Yeah.
app.
So this is the home page. Yeah.
The default.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. For this application, this is a default page.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Like this. So and this is record page. What is record page? If
Where
you
we
go
Detail
show
on,
the
page.
details of the record.
exactly. So you can create the Lightning App Builder, and inside the Lightning App Builder, you can customize your page. Okay, we discussed how to customize the page, right?
Right.
So click on next. It will ask you to the name. Okay, demo. Select the object. So this is a record page. That's why it's asking for the objects account. See, we started it from here. So what are the sections which you need to select? How the page should looks like. So based on that section, you will be selecting and you can create the page. And at the end, it will be asking you to assign it to the profiles, record types, or the org wide default. So based on that, you can assign your pages.
Yeah, when we activate it, that time it asks you to assign.
Yes, yes. So let's say this is how I'm going to create a page. I just clicked on finish. So now I have 3 sections. So what I need on these sections, I will be going and deciding based on the component standard under the Lightning component which I have. Based on this, I will be adding it. Okay. So once you have done, you will be clicking on save. So now it will be asking you to activate this page to make it is visible to the user. So if you click on save, it doesn't mean this page will be available to all the users. So you need to activate this page. So how to activate? Click on activate. So now it will be asking. So org default means all the users for all the accounts, this will be a default page if you click on assign as org default. So or else app default. If you click on app default, you have different apps, right? So what are the apps you have? So these are the different apps. So any of the app, if you want to default this page, you can select app default, or else you can select the app. Inside the app, you have record type. Inside the record type, you can have some profile. So based on that, you can assign. Mostly you will be doing this. Okay. So in the page layout, how you will be creating? Actually, you can clone the standard page, and you will be based on the record type. You will be assigning it to the profile, right? In the Salesforce Classic, I'm saying. So same like if you want to follow. So this is the step for sales application. For the account prospect record type, for the system admin, I need to see this. See this Lightning page. So you can, okay. So this is how you will be creating your Lightning App Builder page. Okay, so we were able to use it here. And then going to account. So buttons and links. So new action. Lightning component. See, we are able to see our Lightning component here, development batch. Right? So what is the reason? Lightning quick action we have enabled. So that's why I'm able to see it here inside, in the quick action also. What you can do, which means you can create a quick action button. In the quick action button, you can launch your Lightning application. Okay. And then, so what are the standard buttons? So this is something like a standard button. Edit is a standard button. If you want to override with your lightning component, you can select it. See here, I'm not able to see my lightning component. What is the reason?
Unable to the interface. I thought.
So we haven't implemented the interface. That's why we are unable to see our lightning components here. So what interface we need?
Override, action override.
Action override. So you can come here and you can decide based on that. Most of the names are self-explanatory. You don't need to go and read it. So see here. So what is that edit button? That is something like an 1 minute. I'm just copying this interface and just adding it here. Okay, 1 minute. So I'm saving the component. Let's see. I have implemented the interface lightning action override. Okay, let's see if we are able to see the our component here. See, I'm able to see my component here, right? So it's based on the interface, whatever you are implementing. So the component will be visible on that specific places. Okay. So that's all for today. Do you have any questions for today? So in the next class, we will say, try creating one form under, how we can use the controller, how we can use the helper styles and all. Okay. So at high level, in the component, you have 8 in the bundles, you have 8 packages. In the component, you will be writing your markup language. So it's like a HTML or the standard, the lightning markup languages, you will be writing it here in the component. So the component is nothing but the UI, front-end UI. Okay. So if you click on new, account new, or else if you add the lightning component here, so what you will see at the UI level, so that is defined at the component level. Okay. The controller is something like, if you have any buttons here, if you want to communicate something to the interface, if you want to process anything, so from here in the UI, whatever you are having. So in the UI, if you have any buttons, see here, this add a default name. So if you click on this, what you need to do? Okay. So that actions you will be defining at the controller level. Okay. The helper is to help the controller functions, and you can communicate to the server side. We will see the difference. Why do we have the 2 JS files? So this is JS file. Controller is called the JS files. Okay. JavaScript files. These two are these JavaScript files. But the difference, why do we have 2 JavaScript files? What are the difference? We will see it. Okay. The style is something like CSS styles. If you want to add any styles to the components, you can add it in the styles and you can refer it in the component. And the documentation is something like, so if you see here for this is a documentation. So for the action override, so you are seeing the documentation things, right? So like that, if you want to create for your own component, the documentation, you will be using this documentation. And the renderer is something like, when any component, anything is rendering on the browser level, it will go through 4 stages, like a renderer, re-renderer, unrenderer. There are 4 types of rendering will happening on the page. So if you want to modify on any of these actions, so in the renderer time, if you want to do anything, so all these things you will be doing it in the renderer. Okay. So design is something like for the component, what are the designs that you have done? If you want to add any details, you can use the design. SVG is something like the icon. If you want to add an icon, like the phone book or the any kind of icons which you want to use. See here, this kind of icons. If you want to use any of it, you will be using that SVG all. So we will not be interested in discussing all this like documentation rendered design SVG. So these are complementary to our bundle, but we need to know how this controller, component, helper, and styles is being used. Okay. So for these details, I haven't completely explained all this. If you want to, you can just type what are the component bundle, and you can just for just for understanding, you can read it. Okay. So we will not be using all this. We will be using only controller, helper, and styles. Okay. So any questions for today?
No, what to say?
No, bro. This is new for us. So we need to practice on that.
Yeah, please practice it. Just to go through the class 2 or 3 times. I can understand that nobody understood what I discussed today. I'm not getting any questions, nobody responded back. So please go through this one more time, this video. Please go through that. And what we discussed at this at the summary level, we have created the application and we have implemented the interface. So the reason of the interface, why we have the interface, we discussed about that. And we discussed about the attribute, what is the use of attribute, and how to pass the dynamic values, and how to create application. Inside the application, how to call our lightning components. So from the component, how to pass value to the, from the application, how to pass value to the component. So all these things we have discussed. And from the lightning component library, how to take the this component from the lightning component library, and how to use it in our lightning application, lightning component we have discussed. So I have just taken the lightning button. What you can do, you can just go and take any of this. So in the lightning component, you have many things, right? Like input, lightning input, if you have. So I want you to go through this lightning input. Okay. So there are n number of options. So the data types, date types, what is the date type? So
Bro.
view as arrow. Yeah.
Yeah, here I have one quick questions. In that Lightning application you have created, right? So what is the purpose of that Lightning applications which you created? So this will show in your the view all app launcher.
You mean here?
Yes, yes.
No, if you created an app page for this, it will be visible. So this is an application. See, so this application is nothing but the Lightning App Builder page. Okay, Lightning App Builder application page. Okay, so what you are doing inside the application, in the drag and drop, you click on edit and you have added the application. Instead of that, you have created one application, standalone application, and you have added the Lightning components.
Okay. So in the real-time scenario, how this application will help us?
No, this application will not be helping you unless you are launching your the org in the standalone application. Okay, so all the features inside the application will be customized only. If that is the case, this will be useful, or else this Lightning application will not be useful. But for the as a developer, you can use it to preview something.
Okay, okay. So that's
So what you will do, you instead of going and adding it to the Lightning page and refreshing it, or the home page or the account page, you can use it in this Lightning application, and you can preview these details.
okay, okay, bro.
So this will be useful when you are customizing your whole application. This is an application, all right? So let's say for the sales team, if you are customizing the whole application, so at that time you will be using this Lightning application. So few features are not supported in the application. Okay, there are many features which is not supported in the application, but it will be supporting in the inside the Salesforce, I mean this org.
Okay.
So yeah. So you can go to Lightning input and see what are the types of fields available, and just take try to take it and put it in the Lightning, this component, and try to preview and see. Okay. So in the next class, we will see how to create one form, and from there how to pass the value, and all. We will continue discussing it. So I just send you this code in the WhatsApp, or I just send you here. So if everyone are here, right?
I think WhatsApp will be better.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a few people which is who are not in the
There
WhatsApp.
is, yeah, you should just post in the WhatsApp as well, I guess.
So you can take it from here, and I will also share it in the WhatsApp also. Okay. So we will meet in the next class. If you don't have any question, we can wind up.
Okay. So Rumani, I have one question regarding the Postman. So